So I was just watching a clip that Tyler Perry was doing with someone who was giving him an interview. Um, and he touched on some really deep topics and some really deep subjects that really had me thinking. And the thing about it is the idea and the mindset to me isn't new, but it just resurfaced and refreshed my goal and my plans for what I want to do in my life. And that is just to be successful, to be free of stress. Maybe not 100% free of stress, but to eliminate a lot of my life stresses and to be able to own some property and to be able to send my children to college and to be able to do a lot of traveling. Those are the things I would like to do in my life. But he reached on some things. Tyler Perry reached and touched on some things that really stood out to me and really had me thinking. And this is something that we should all be thinking about, honestly. I mean, I know life gets in the way at times, and life tends to be the distraction, and we forget the things that we really want to set out to do. But we must constantly remind ourselves of the things that we would like to do and stay on that track. Don't allow life obstacle courses to stop you or get in your way. And he was just talking about ownership. He said someone asked him about his 5-year-old son and asked if his son wanted to play football, would he let him? And his answer was, yeah, if he owned the team, right? So the idea is that we must change our mindset, get rid of this slave-like mentality and stop thinking that the way to be successful in life is to work for somebody. I don't care how much money it is. I don't care if the salary is $1 million a year. If you are working for someone, you are their slave in a sense, because they own you. They own your time. They dictate how your life is operating when you are on their watch or on their time clock or on their salary payroll. They dictate how your life operates. Honestly, they tell you when you can take a vacation. They tell you when you can take time off. They tell you what to do, when to do, and how to do. And they write you out a check. And that check pays your bills. That check buys your groceries. That check pays for your vacation. That check saves your marriage. Whatever it is in your life, that check is supposed to provide stability, right? Stability. Not that I'm saying it's not stability, but if you really dissect this thing and just open it up and dissect it, right? It's providing financial stability, but is it providing you life stability, like happiness, freedom to do whatever you wish whenever you want? Is it providing you all this open level playing field of space to just create and do your thing? It's not providing you those things. It's not providing you freedom. It's not providing you happiness, because I don't care how much money you make. If you are not happy, money is not going to fix that. So at the end of the day, it's about ownership. It's about wealth, and it's about putting yourself in a position to have your freedom and being able to do what God made you to do. God created you to do. But if you bound by someone, this mental mindset, this slave-like mentality, you're never gonna be able to do the things that you really set out to do in your life, and you're never really gonna be truly happy. Now, I'm not saying quit your job. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying when it's the right time and it's the right circumstance and it's the right thing that falls into place or falls in line, then yeah, quit your job. If you have the space and the means to do so, go ahead and do it. But if you got bills due, you don't have no money saved, you got to eat, you got a family, don't quit your job. Don't make that decision and jeopardize your family and jeopardize your bills and your credit. Don't do that. There's a time and place for everything. That's a saying that I've always heard growing up. And it's so true. There's a time and place for everything. So there's a time to play. There's a time not to play. There's a time to work, a time not to work. There's a time to grow and a time not to. There's a time to reflect and think. There's a time to laugh. There's a time to be serious. There's a time to be firm, and there's a time to be soft and to be lenient. And there's a time to be harsh, and there's a time to be strict. There's a time for everything. If you're going to make this decision, if you're going to quit your job so that you can have the level of freedom that you desire to have in your life, do it at the right time. Do it when it's the right time. And I know you're probably thinking, okay, well, when is the right time, right? You will know that. God will direct you. Ask God for guidance and ask God for direction. He'll give it to you. When it's the right time, you will know. And when it is the right time, do what you feel suits you and your family. And then you move on. But I just wanted to put that out there that there's all these people, even celebrities, they working for these people, but they're not getting the full compensation for all the hard work they put out there. So this person who is above them, right? It may be the director, it may be the person who owns the network, or the person who owns the show, or whatever, or the person who is in charge of the music industry, that company, right? If you rapping and singing for them and they're in charge of you, they run it, right? So say like you put in all this hard work, you put your art out there, and you've helped accumulate and bring in a revenue stream of, let's just say, $600 million, right? Now, out of that $600 million, the person who hired you and is above you and is in charge and in control of things, they decide, okay, out of this $6 million, we're gonna pay so and so $8 million out of that $600 million, right? Wouldn't it be fair to say at least half of that $600 million should go in your pocket, right? And that's what it boils down to, is how much do you think you are worth? How much do you think you are worth at the end of the day? It's all about decisions. And I'm not saying having a job is a bad idea or bad thing. We all have to have jobs. This is how the economy functions, right? But at the end of the day, we all must be thinking about what better suits us, because I don't want to spend my whole entire life waiting on somebody to say when I can take a vacation, waiting on somebody to say when I can go see a loved one if they're in their sick bed or dying, or when I can go to a funeral, or when I can take some time off when I'm tired. So you guys think about those things. I'll post the link to the video that Tyler Perry had with this young lady. I'll post the link under the description box, and I'll put it there so you guys can watch the video. But he made some really valid points and some things that really hit home, and some things I'm really just got me stuck thinking about. All right? Well, that's all I got for now. Until next time. See ya. Peace.